Hi, morning.
Good morning.
Hey, hello all.
Hey.
Hello, sorry I'm late.
Hello.
No,
Just a bit too much traffic on the way back from school. Okay, let me share the notes. Okay. Chat. Okay, put the link to the agenda in the chat. Okay, let's get started. So thanks everyone for joining. I know Melissa mentioned she couldn't join today. She's traveling to a conference. Yeah, I only had a couple of items on the agenda for today, but feel free to bring up more topics if you would like. So the first thing is just an update about the infrastructure cost that Google credits, cloud credits were confirmed. So that's covered. So that's great news.
So Andrea, I'm curious, how difficult will it be for Tecton to actually start consuming those credits? Is this for the Jenkins project, it's taken real work for us to switch over to use donated credits. Is it a trivial thing for you? Is it?
That's a great question. I need to check. So before a few months back, we did I guess the heavy lifting of moving Tecton from its previous Google project to a CDF owned organization. So my hope is that it shouldn't be too much,
Great.
because we already did that work before. So I hope the CDF then will be able to just apply the credits there. But yeah, I need to double check on that. So that's a good question.
Yeah, it's all tied to the billing account project, so that's the
Yeah.
trick.
Our complexity with the other project, with the Jenkins projects, was that we can't commingle, right? A donation from the cloud provider had to go into its own account. Otherwise, they would say, no, we won't give it to you because it looks like we're giving it to one of your other donors. And so in this case, CDF owning the account sounds promising. Great. Thank you.
Okay. Right. So the other thing was brought to my attention, a discussion that was going on the Concourse CI GitHub. So there is a discussion thread about lack of maintainer support for Concourse CI, which seems to be somehow related to, or it's got worse after the VMware acquisition by Broadcom. So I don't have any fact or more fact about this. I just look at the contributors numbers on the GitHub, and at least you can see that there's definitely a downwards trend there. And there were some discussion there in that thread about finding a new home for Concourse CI, and one of the options that they were discussing, that was brought up, was the Cloud Foundry Foundation, because I think there's some dependency on some Cloud Foundry Foundation code base. But yeah, I mean, CDF could be a good home for the project in terms of scope, at least. I don't know if it could be a good project to have in terms of if the community is shrinking, there are no supporters. But I just wanted to bring it here and see what people thought, if we should follow up with these, join the conversation there, see if there is any interest from the community, or try to find out more about the status of the community.
Do we have a contact there? Or just the GitHub repo in general?
No, I don't have a contact from Concourse directly. That's why I brought it up here, but maybe someone had some kind of affiliation or better context than I do. But I can
It's
try to
like
find out.
It's like a blast from the
Yeah.
past. I haven't even heard that. I haven't even thought about that tool until thinking about it for such a long time. I think if they're looking for an ecosystem, I feel like we should have them go ahead and meet with us and sort of pitch, what they have and what they feel like they can bring to the CDF, not just what we can bring to them.
Well, that's why I was asking if we had a contact to schedule a meeting with.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's see if I can find someone. And yeah, I agree. I think it would be good if they are looking for a home, if they could present the project, their community to us, and then we can take it from there. Okay, but yeah, I'll follow up on that then. Right, so that's everything I had for the agenda today. I see there was another update about nil mechanical webinar scheduled. So
Yeah, that was just my voice saying that I saw an announcement from Roxanne saying that Neil's webinar has been scheduled. Yay, we get to hear his voice and share that journey.
yeah, that's great. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, looking forward to it as well. Let's see.
And
Yes, just wanted to.
I was just to say that Tracy, you got some stuff sorted out for next week for us meeting.
Yes, we are meeting at a burger joint. I was struggling finding a place that would be flexible with seating 10 people. So it looks actually like a nice place. I think it's at one of the hotels. It's got a full bar. You can order, everybody can order on their own and sit down when they feel like it, or we can, or they have table service and you can mix them. It's called, let me look real quick.
Yard something?
No, that's for OpenSSF.
Oh, okay.
It is called the Relish Burger Bistro. And let me quickly look to see
And
what host.
remind me again, Tracy, that's Tuesday night or Wednesday night?
That's Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
which I think you're okay with.
Yes. Yeah. I just saw an announcement that GitHub is doing a open source maintainers thing that same night. But in this case, I'd much rather sit with our folks in that smaller group.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Let me see if it's in a hotel. It's in one of the hotels.
And what
It's
time?
not very 7 o'clock. I can't tell if it's in one of the hotels. I thought it was. I thought it was part like in the Westin or something, but it's a pretty popular place and they're pretty accommodating. And like I say, they do have a full bar. So we should be good.
Good.
And it's what I looked, it was pretty close to the conference center. And there are 10 of us going. I was like surprised that so many of us wanted to get together. It was actually heartwarming. Let me tell you who has. Let's see, DeDC will be there. Brian Dawson's going to join us. Mark and Melissa, Andrea, of course. Robert Reeves, Bonnie, and let's see, Alan, Lori LaRusso, Steve and I, Basil Crow, and I think there was one more, but that's a big enough group. There's about 10.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. And like I say, it's a pretty informal kind of environment. No, we don't have to have everybody there exactly at the same time. So it should work out just great.
Yeah, since they have the self-service, if people come 15 minutes later,
Or a half hour late.
yeah, or early or whatever, it's going to be pretty flexible. So it should work out really well.
And they'll just have a table for it, a table set up for 10 people in the back. So you can just look for it when you arrive. And the reservation's under my name, just in case you need to ask, but I don't think you will. And I don't know if there's anything else that we're up to during that time. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? I am doing a talk on Ortelius. If you're around, it'd be awesome to join. 4:20
And I
on
plan to
Tuesday.
attend your talk on Ortelius.
Good,
So
thank you. Thank you.
super.
We're getting more and more, Ortelius, for those of you who, Steve owes you a project update. He's just been a little sidetracked. But we have started to really do a lot in consuming security information. And in an ironic way, we have the product is pivoting around. It's now being called Application Security Posture Management. And the interesting part of what we're offering with Ortelius is that we have a connection between the security details and all the deployment information, since initially we were, really tracking all the deployment details in one place. Now we've added all the security information in one place. So now, unlike other tools, we're able to map between a SBOM and an open source package, where it's running and what container across all deployed environments. So do come, and because I think there's some interesting work to be done around that. We're excited, and so is the contributor base about the stuff that we've been doing.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you there. I apologize. I've got a scamper at this point. I've got another meeting that I was missing in order to be here. Any other topics that I should be paying attention to?
I don't think so. Nothing from my side.
All
I'm
right.
good as well.
Thanks,
we'll
everybody.
We'll bug you next week if there is.
See you next week in Seattle. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Thanks.
See you there.
Bye.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, so the only thing I wanted to add, since you mentioned Ortelius, Tracy, is it would be good maybe to have some conversation about Ortelius and CD events. We're about to do a CD events release, and one of the things that we are adding there is the ability to have SBOM URLs in events. So maybe
Good.
there's a possibility to.
We need that. Yeah, no, that's good. In fact, I was going to suggest that after CDCon, maybe we can put Ortelius down on the agenda, just to talk about the security data that we're interfacing with, because we are starting to work more closely with like OpenSSF scorecard as well. And
Oh,
we
cool.
we do have a need to start thinking about a real event listener. And I'm going to meet with the DC to chat about that. I've already chatted. I've already kind of pitched the solution to Mark. And I'm going to show it to the DC next week in the hopes that we might be able to get some funding around creating some kind of a real listener, so that anybody who's using Jenkins would never have to manually update a workflow, that we could just start bringing this stuff up into Ortelius without extra manual toil. And I feel like if there's something the CDF can offer right now around the security puzzle, that's a big one.
And what we're looking at is, like you said, the workaround CD events that's
Yeah.
been done.
So the presentation that I gave to Mark includes CD events in the discussion. And Andrea, I was going to show it to you, but I know you've been busy, so I was like, I'll catch him later in Seattle, or we can do it on a future. Because I'm curious what the DC is going to say, because the goal would be to get some funding to get the thing written.
Sounds interesting. Yeah, let's chat about it in Seattle. I agree.
Okay. If you have a busy schedule, you may have a busier schedule than me and Steve, Andrea, if you want to shoot me some times, and I'll put a calendar event on your calendar.
Okay. Yeah, sure, can do. All right. Anything else for today?
No, I don't think I have anything else.
Nope.
Steve and I
right.
are a little bit tired. We drove 9 hours to see the eclipse yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Well, 9 hours
was
one
it?
way.
Yes, it was fun.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
it
fun.
good?
It's fun to see, you're sitting there along the street, and then all of a sudden the street light starts turning on. It gives a very eerie experience. There was clouds, and so we ended up going where it's 99.8%. So we didn't get to see a perfect corona around this, but we opted to be able to see the 99.8, then get caught in clouds and not be able to see it at all.
Right.
So, but it's fun. It's a weird experience to see the sun just completely get consumed by the Hanuman god, right?
Yeah.
The flying monkey just ate the moon. Yeah, it's fun. It was fun, but we're both pretty wiped out.
All right. On that note, I'm going to go get more coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. But
All right,
see you
thanks,
next time
everyone.
and see you in Seattle.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you next
Bye.
week. Bye.
Very nice.
Bye. Bye-bye.